A really funny story has popped up on my news feed, and I thought it was really interesting. Elon Musk met with Iran's ambassador, Iranian officials say. So basically, the story is the tech billionaire, who's now a top advisor to Donald Trump, was said to have had discussions with Iran about how to diffuse tensions with the United States. And I thought that the concept was completely laughable. The United States is an imperialist empire. Its entire function is the suppression of anyone and anything that does not bow to its power, be that, with the limits of capital having to expand, etc. So this idea that there can be some kind of de-escalation, um, it comes off as kind of funny to me because because both sides are inevitably locked into this position. One is imperialist, one is anti-imperialist. That's not going to go away. You could say, okay, somehow the United States is doing less to hinder Iran. That you could probably argue for, and maybe they could have some kind of agreement on there. But again, it would only be temporary, because in the end, imperialism has to take over. It has to take over anti-imperialist forces. That's just the very nature of it was. It was like this silly idea of peaceful coexistence between the Soviet Union and the United States. I mean, that was laughably naive. And I don't think it was actually believed by anybody serious on both sides of that whole debate. Communism, by its very nature, seeks to destroy capitalism, and capitalism, by its very nature, seeks to destroy communism. They're both completely antithetical ideas. One does have to eventually win out over the other. There's no such thing as a peaceful coexistence, because both the Soviet Union and the United States were competing for global spheres of influence, allies, access to resources, etc. It was nonsense. I mean, besides, what does Trump even know about the situation in Iran, other than that he's the one who caused most of the problems by assassinating Qasem Soleimani, making him a great anti-imperialist, of course, because nothing says anti-imperialism like killing the guy who was fighting ISIS. So, in my opinion, what I think is probably going to happen here is, like, somebody's going to, or Musk is going to go to Trump and say, oh, do you want to de-escalate with Iran? And Trump is going to say, I don't know anything about, well, he won't admit that he doesn't know anything. It's like, oh, Iran, Iran, that doesn't matter. It's not worth my time, etc. Unless somebody manages to talk him into doing it. And then basically nothing will completely manifest. Trump will give a bunch of words, and then nothing will actually change. And that's basically the way I mean, it's going to make it look like it's some kind of anti-war stance, because that's what Republicans want now. It's amazing. All those years under Bush, they were pro-war hawks. They were calling for the unlimited blood of all Arabs. And then as soon as Obama gets elected, as soon as a Democrat gets in office, all of a sudden they're all anti-war now. Amazing how that just magically happens. So that's what I think is going to happen. Basically, there's going to be some words, but nothing of substance will actually take place. I mean, what is Trump going to do? Just make the United States not an imperialist power? Sorry, that's determined by its economic base, not by one weirdo that you elect into office. Thank you for watching. If you like this program, then please head over to my Patreon page and set up a monthly donation. It's your donations that keep this program running. Also, if you would like, please rate, comment, subscribe, and share in various social media.